This isn't the thing of let's just turn Cody heel because Cody's not working as a babyface. I think the majority of people, if not everybody who wants to see Cody turn heel, is because we're huge Cody Rhodes fans. And we've seen Cody as a heel before. And we know,
right,
like, as good as people think he is as a babyface, it is not even close to how good he will be as a heel. And there is so much to his character that is heel induced right now if you want to pull that trigger. What a horrible, and I'll use the word horrible, second title reign for Cody Rhodes. And it's not due to Cody. It is the positions they had him at. It was where he was pegged because he did the absolute best with what he had. I think he had been champ for 138 days, 136 days or whatnot. And I'm like, I don't remember anything memorable from his title reign that had to do with the title. He beat Cena, of course, SummerSlam. August 3rd. He then had a title defense against Drew McIntyre, which I believe was the first show on ESPN pay-per-view.
That whole bomb failure. Go ahead.
Then there was a rematch with Drew. Drew won by DQ in 4 minutes. Cody Rhodes defeats Bronson Reed by DQ in 5 minutes. And then 3 stages of hell. Good God. That was his entire title reign from a match perspective. What is next for him is very important. There's a lot of people who felt like Cody was a better chaser. I'm not going to say that because I thought his first year as champion was pretty good, if not great. But now, where do you go with Cody Rhodes in terms of what makes the most sense for his character? Maybe start showing some different shades and different flavors a little bit because of everything that happened to him. 2 weeks ago, every babyface seemed like on the SmackDown roster was telling him they're coming after his title. There's a story there that you can start telling, especially for me when I thought it was going to be Roman and Cody 3 at WrestleMania. You let Dave Meltzer tell it. They scrapped that match at WrestleMania, and that was changed due to putting the title on Drew, not knowing what matches are what, which is great. But I do think they're in a spot where, hey, what is next for Cody? Word comes out again that this is now the second time Cody and Drew pitched for Drew to win the title. Now, is that more of Cody not wanting to do him and Roman again right now at Mania, and this is maybe the way to pivot from it? Who knows? But there had to be a reason why they felt like this was the time. So you could argue and say, like, yo, he could have lost this belt a few months ago to Drew, and they may have been on the same trajectory, but I think right now this is perfect time for Drew to be the top guy on SmackDown. We still may be getting Cody versus Roman 3 at WrestleMania. If not, Cody and Roman, Drew could still be dropping it to somebody else up to that point. Different things they can do with Drew being the title holder, being a heel, because they don't really have heels on SmackDown. And for me, this should help elevate the top of the card with having Jacob back. And now with Cody not being involved with the title, I think that does bring some more weight to SmackDown in regards to at the top of the card. What did you think when you saw the match? You saw the finish. I'm going to assume you probably felt the same way about Cody's title run, but if so, tell me what.
I will first start off with saying congratulations, Drew McIntyre. You finally got the big one again. You've been robbed several times. But there's just no doubt that the reign of Cody this time around was just uneventful. It's just nothing to sink your teeth in. It's just boring. And this then leads me to another problem that I've said now for 2 years in a row. WWE main champions have had an issue with their excitement of their title reign. Once you get the big one, it almost seems just blah. I think that's kind of, there's a fact to it that when you're chasing, it's always going to be more exciting because people are rooting for you. And once you get it, it's kind of like the hustle, the grind is gone. You got to kind of start making artificial excitement for that. I get that. But the reign has just been just dull and bland. And when you mentioned all of those matches that he did have, which wasn't many, that's the reason why. Something happened when Roman and when Brock was around, and I called him when he hijacked the title. And then it went to the next level with Roman. It's something about the precedent that they set with in modern wrestling. When you hold the title for a long time, and you only have matches every 6 weeks. You want to make sure your champion is wanted, that it's a spectacle when it's time for them to have a match. You build that anticipation for your champion. So after what happened like with Roman and him being gone, it seemed like everybody after that was trying to copy that same blueprint of, I am now the one of the main champions, and I'm going to still make myself exciting, even though I'm not really in action all the time. And it just makes it feel really boring. We saw it with Tiffany Stratton. She gets a championship, nothing. Like, there's no more aura in that person.
So stop there, because I do want to kind of talk about that a little bit. Right now, that's the Triple H booking style. And you would think the opposite would happen. You would think there would be more aura, because we don't see these people. I am from the old school thought of like, set up to be a big match and or pay to see the champion. And we've been talking about this being a problem for months and months and months on this show.
But it's about 2 years now.
Think about Jade Cargill. She won the championship, and I don't even know if, I think she's had one title defense, if that. She was
Stephanie,
supposed to,
I think, had just one or two.
She was supposed to defend it against Meechin, and Meechin got her at the house show, so then they didn't do that. That may have been her first title defense, I think. So she hasn't had any title defenses. Stephanie's been active. Fakir's been active.
Yeah, but actually for title matches, I think she's only had 2 title matches. It's very minimal.
Right, but she's been active, so we've at least been seeing her wrestle. And no, I don't want to see Cody or Drew in non-title matches. I do think they need to soffer that.
It's just, I mean, it's almost, and it goes back to like the Jacob thing. Once they get that title after that chase, I don't remember him. That's a problem. That's a problem for someone like me.
Right? It's not memorable.
It's not memorable. See, in the last 5 years, you have a gazillion championships, not as much as the competitor, but you have a gazillion championships. And you're telling me in 5 years you had 4 meaningful reigns? I'm sorry, memorable, not meaningful, memorable. That's a problem. And so the point that to kind of bring that back home between the Cody and the Drew, we all agree that something needed to change, because again, that Cody being a champion reign, that was just getting boring, and it leads to the next problem. In order to have a huge, huge, huge good guy, you have to have a really huge, huge, huge bad guy. And not a bad guy that people is going to cheer, because people still cheer Drew. You got to have a bad guy that people just don't like and want to see lose. So when you don't have that for Cody, because Cody's such a heavy hitter, Cody's such a made man as a good guy, when you don't have anybody to counter that for him, the full potential is not there. So that's another problem that they have to solve for.
What I had thought was going to happen, I thought Drew was going to win against Cody. I thought he would beat whoever the challenger is at the Rumble. And then I thought Drew was going to lose it in February to either Cody or Roman.
At the Chamber?
Yep. And then that's how we get Roman Cody 3 for the championship, because that match absolutely is needed for the championship. I'm seeing more no to that match than yays than I would have thought. Like, I don't know why nobody wants
Roman Cody 3 or for the championship for 3?
Roman Cody 3. There were
just
people
in general.
Were like, I don't want it, which I'm just surprised about. I don't know why people wouldn't want the biggest match possible at WrestleMania, and I think there's no way in the world there's anything bigger than Cody Roman 3. I don't know if they're just tired of it. I don't know if there's fatigue behind it, which I don't know how they would be, though, just because every single time they're in the ring together, they smoke it. And there is unresolved issues between them. Who is the guy? Like, to me, this is by far the biggest match that they have. Last year, remember, there was things in disarray leading up to Mania. Who would be involved? Who wasn't there? Things of that nature. There was none of that this year.
Kind of.
If they have set the top matches of WrestleMania now, second week, first week of January, whatever that is, I'm going to assume this is what they think is best. This is the best lineup that they have. Then I'm going to assume whatever they have in place is going to be better than Roman Cody 3. I don't know how it can be. If they want to continue to hold off and maybe the Roman Cody 3 is what puts Cody over the top to turn heel, maybe then that's why it's not time. But this was the scheduled match. I'm sure it was. Last time we saw Roman, he basically told Cody what it was. So then if we're not getting that, they just better have something incredible in line.
Let me ask you a question. When we do get Roman Cody 3, whenever, wherever that is Cody a good guy or a bad guy?
I think it matters whenever, right? What you just said is when it matters. Because the answer right now sounds completely different than next year's WrestleMania. This isn't the thing of let's just turn Cody heel because Cody's not working as a babyface. I think the majority of people, if not everybody who wants to see Cody turn heel, is because we're huge Cody Rhodes fans and we've seen Cody as a heel before, and we know,
right,
like, as good as people think he is as a babyface, it is not even close to how good he will be as a heel. And there is so much to his character that is heel induced right now if you want to pull that trigger. Let's just take what they've showed us in the last 3 weeks on television. Okay, I said already, every babyface basically on SmackDown came at him and said, I'm coming after you. So the walls are closing in.
Mm-hmm.
He loses his title to Drew McIntyre, 3 stages of hell. The guy that broke onto his tour bus, the guy has made his life a living hell since the fall. And he's not going to get a rematch.
Yeah, because he's not even one of the contenders.
He's not in the qualifying matches, which he wouldn't be, which was great. They announced it before the match, so he can't be involved in it. So that's very smart. So shout out to WWE for that. So now he's not getting his rematch at the Royal Rumble. I don't know, maybe now he needs to get in the chamber. But point is, he doesn't get a rematch. There is just so much there. And for me, if he would have worked Roman at WrestleMania, and let's say Roman goes in as champ, yo, we back at this again? Or let's say Cody goes in as champ. Say Cody beat Drew in February. And now it's Roman and Cody 3 at Mania, and Roman beats Cody. Everything I worked for the last 2 years just evaporated. I'm back at square one again against the same guy. I said I was QB1. He said he was OTC1. And I'll be damned, he was right. That is so worthy of a change of character for him. That's why I said if we're not getting that, cool. I'm here for it whenever we do. But man, they got to have some great plan.